Hi, my name is Emmanuel Daituni, President of Human Capital International. Our vision as a company is to work with SMEs, particularly those in Africa, to help them not only to start the business, but to help them to grow the business, expand it, so that they can employ more people and create wealth in Africa. Number 4, and this is key, you must also look at the entry as well as the exit strategy of that particular industry that you want to enter into. For example, you want to get into a particular industry, a particular segment, a particular sector of the economy. You want to go into a business. The question is, every business that you want to do, are you the only person who's going to start that business? If not, then you must understand that somebody might have been in that business already. Other companies must have been in that business already. Let's take, for example, you want to go into a nursery school, or you want to set up a school. You may not be the first person in that community to have started a school. So before you do that, get to know who are your competitors. This is key. Who are your competitors in the market? When you know who your competitors in the market are, it helps you to know, number one, what is the competitive advantage of your competitors. What is competitive advantage? What is it that your competitors have or are doing that has given them an edge in the market? When you establish the competitive advantage of your competitors, it helps you to know about the cost of entry into that particular segment of the market. For example, like I said, you want to go into education or to provide nursery or to provide perhaps, let's say school in a particular community. There are school A, B, and C in that same community that are providing similar education that you want to provide it. What is it that they are doing that is making them attract a lot of parents to bring their children to that school? When you know that, then you ask your question yourself, what is the gap? In other words, what else are they not providing that if I start my own school, it will give me an edge, it will make my business, it will bring out the difference my business is bringing to the market. And therefore, when I bring that difference to the market, it will therefore attract some parents to bring their kids to me. The question is, when you establish that difference that you have identified, the question is, can you afford? What is the cost component of creating that difference that you are talking about, that you've identified? If you have been able to identify the difference that you know on the market that you want to provide, what is the cost of making that difference? When you know the cost, the question is, can you afford this cost? I'm talking about the entry cost. Can you afford that cost? If you can afford that cost, then you must ask yourself, supposing I start in year 1, year 1, and I know the cost, maybe it's going to cost me to create that difference. I might have to, maybe instead of renting an apartment, I may have to convert my own house into a classroom. That means I might have to disorganize my family a little bit. I might have to disorganize my sitting room or my living room, whatever, just to start from there. The question is, how long can you stay there in that living room? And is your family going to support you to create that disorganization, so to speak? How long can you continue to be there? Now, all those things are costs. And the question is, assuming you start and it takes you longer than you had anticipated. Now, this is very important. It takes you longer than you have anticipated to break even or to attract more parents to bring their kids to your school so that you can reduce your cost or to start making some money. If that period prolongs, the question is, would you have enough money to sustain yourself during that period? That's the entry cost. Now, so let's assume that you are able to manage it, but you get to a point that you cannot. So you decide, okay, now I can no longer do it. Let me now begin to exit from that market. The things you bought, the people you recruited to teach, are you willing to let go of all those monies, all those costs? Suppose you bought some equipment and you have to sell them. Would you be able to sell them at the price which you bought it, which is normally not the case? So the question is, before you start any business, look at the entry cost, and you must also have an exit strategy. In other words, how am I going to pull out of this business in case things don't work out? Now, this is an area that many business people who have lost money did not count. So you bought chairs, you bought a few flip charts, maybe you bought a projector because you wanted to create a difference, and by creating that difference, you needed to go digital. But you did not even look at the affordability of the people that you are creating this school for. You don't have the money to do a bit of advertising. All these things are entry costs. The question is, if it doesn't work and you must exit, can you afford the debt and the cost that you have put in initially? So these are 4 key areas that I believe if you want to start a business, you must consider before you start that business. I've not talked about a number of things. There are about 8 steps that you need to look at before you start a business. But I'm going to end you here because the next segment that you're going to have, I'm going to walk you through the next 4 steps, the next 4 questions that you must ask before you start a business. Very, very important. If this program has benefited you, please subscribe to this program and make sure you tell all your friends to subscribe for this program. This is Human Capital International, and we are the SME friends as far as the digital world is concerned. So follow us and go to our website and read more articles. Every week, we publish 2 articles for SMEs. Please, if you want to be an entrepreneur, let us be your friend, let us be your partner, let's journey together so that together we can change the narratives of Africa. Thank you for watching.